Hi students, my name is Satyam, lecturer in Computer Science and Applications, Government Degree College for Women's, Jagityal. Today's topic is structures in C language. So, today's topic we will thoroughly discuss about what is the structure, how to construct the structure variables and how to access the structure variables. Discussing this topic, we will review a brief information on the data types available in the C language. Generally, the C language data types are classified into three types. Number one, built-in data types. Okay. Then number two, derived data types. Number three, user defined data types. Like that, the data types in C language are classified into three types: built-in data types, derived data types and user defined data types. So the structures and unions are comes under to the user defined data types. Almost all, this is the end of the topics of our C language syllabus. Now, if you come to the built-in data types, generally the built-in data types are integer data types, then float data types and character data type. Then derived data types are arrays and pointers. Then last one is user defined data types. In this user defined data types, the structures, unions and enumeration data types are comes under to the user defined data types. So the topic we will discuss today, that is structures and union concepts. These are comes under to the user defined data types of C language. So how the structures are created, how the users are created with the help of syntactical rules, and how the structures and unions are used in the programming, that are discussed today's class in the detailed manner. Okay. Now, definition of the structure. What is the definition of the structure? Structure is a user defined data type that combines logically related data items of a different data type. In C, structure combines the data members of a different data types. This is the definition of the structure. So in this definition, observe carefully, structure is a user defined data type. Okay, up to this it is clear, structure is a user defined data types. So the structure concept is comes under to the user defined data types section. Okay, then next, that combines logically related data. This is very important. What is the meaning of logically related data? Logically related means the data means the information about a particular item or a particular person or a particular place, whatever it may be. Okay, so the information of a particular person or particular place or particular thing that is combined logically related data means, for example, I am combining data like this. So first one is student name. Okay, then salary. Okay, then designation. Okay, here observe these three concepts: student name and salary and designation. These information, this data is not a logical related data. Means student name, generally the student name information is belongs to a particular student. But this salary and designation, these two data, these two informations are generally belongs to an employee information. So the clubbing of student name, salary and designation, it is a not a logically related data. That means it is not a conceptually, logically, okay, so that means relatedly, meaningfully, okay, so not a meaningfully related data. So the structure is a user defined data type that combines logically related data. How logically related data? The data is related. Logically related means a information about a particular thing or particular place or particular person. Okay, that is called as a logically related data. For example, if you take the student name, okay, then student roll number, okay, then marks, okay, these three informations are logically related. That means a student have student name, he have a roll number, and he have some marks, percentage of marks. So like that, these three informations are logically related. Means the first information is related to second information, and the second information is related to the third information. So student roll number is related to student name, a student name is related to marks. Okay, like that, it is a logically related. Then for example, if you take another one, okay, so now EMPNO, okay, EMPNO means employee number, then name of a employee, then salary of the employee. For example, if you take second section, second information, the second information is explained the information of employee number, the information of the employee name, and the information of his salary. So here employee number and the name of the employee and the salary, that three are interrelated. That means the group, the combination of that data explain about the employee. Here student roll number, student name, and student marks percentage is related to the student information. That means this data explains about the student. Okay, like that, the structure combines the data in the form of logical related data, combines logical related data. Okay, that is very important thing in this definition. Okay, if you understand the logically related data, then automatically the structure is understand very well manner. So the structure is a user defined data type. This user defined data type logically related the items of different data types. Okay, so here already we understand what is logically related data. Then the logically related data items of different data types. So here concentrate on the word of different data types. So the different data types means, so logically related data, even though logically related data, that data may be in the different data types. Means student name is a string information, student roll number is a integer information, student marks percentage is a float information. That means a student roll number is declared in the int data type, student name is declared in the string data type. Again, student marks, percentage of marks are declared in the float data type. Even though the student name, student rule number and percentage both are logically related, but that logically related data items, each item have different data types. Maybe different data types, maybe same data types, also possible. Okay, student name, it is a string. Student rule number, it is an integer. Student percentage marks, it is a float. Okay, like that, the combination of a information of the student. Okay, so the combination, the information about the student have different data type items. Okay, like that, structure is a user defined data type that combines logically related data items of different data types or same data types also possible. Okay, so like that, the C structure definition explains structure is a data type that combines logically related data items of a different data type. Then in C, structure combines the data members of different types. So these data items are the members of the structure. So in the form of members of the structure means under a particular heading, under a particular structure name, the different data items are clubbed together. That means wrapped together. That means binding together with the form of members of the structure. That means student rule number is one member, student name another second member, then percentage of marks is the third member. These three members are combined together and the combination have a particular name student. Okay, so that means simply we will understand, oh, student data type, user defined data type student is belongs to structure data type. Oh, the structure data type contain the three members. The three members are rule number, name of the student and percentage. Okay, so the rule number is again belongs to integer data type. The name of the student is belongs to string data type. Then the marks is belongs to float data type. Like that, the logically related data and the data is maybe different data type or the same data type, and that data as a members of the structure, members of the user defined data type. Like that, if you combine all these information, that is called as the structures in the C language. This is the definition of the structure. Then we will learn the syntax and examples. So the theory is clearly understand by the with the help of syntax and with the help of examples. Okay, now comes to syntax of structure. So the structure is a user defined data type. So the user defined data types are designed by the programmer itself according to his requirement. So like user defined functions in the C language, the user defined functions are built by the user, means programmer, according to his program requirements. Same just like that, the data types which are created, which are combined by the programmer or user according to his requirement, according to the program requirement. So that type of data types are called as user defined data types. So in the simple manner, the user defined data types are built by the user or programmer according to the requirement of the program. Okay, like that, the data types are constructed by the programmer, so our user, that type of data types are called as user defined data types. In the user defined data types, the user defined data types are classified into three types. Number one, structures. Number two, unions. Number three, enumeration data types. Okay, in that three types, now we will discuss about the structures concept. Okay, so in the C language, whatever it may be the concept, you have to follow the syntactical rule. Okay, so how to construct the structures in the program is done with the syntactical rule of the C language. Okay, now simply we will observe the syntax of a structure. Now, struct, struct, with the help of a struct keyword, you will create a structure data type. Okay, then space, then give the structure name. After giving the space, then give the structure name. Then the structure is start with open curly brace, close with close curly brace, then terminated with the semicolon. Then the data type information means the members are declared in between open curly brace and close curly brace. Means for example, just we discussed student roll number, student name and percentage of marks. These are the three data items. Then that data items are declared as members in the particular structure of student. Okay, like that. If you understand the syntax, so simply first of all mention the struct keyword, then space, give the name of the structure, then open curly brace and close curly brace, then with the help of semicolon close the structure. Then in between you have to mention the n number of variables. So one by one with the help of each variable terminated with the semicolons. So mention the data type, then variable 1, then mention the data type, then variable 2. Okay, then mention the data type and variable n. Like that, the structures syntax are available in the C language. Then comes to example. For example, if you are constructing a information about the items available in the supermarket, so generally each item have its code. Then each item in the supermarket have its price. Then each item contain the quantity. Okay, quantity of a particular item. That's why here I am constructing according to my requirement, according to the requirement of the program. I am constructing the structure data type. So the data type name is item. Okay, so first of all I mention the struct keyword here, then I mention the struct variable name as item, then open curly brace, then close curly brace and semicolon. In between open curly brace, close curly brace, I am taking three structure members. Okay, first one is code number, CODENO. Variable name is code NO. The code NO means the code number of a particular item. Okay, so it is declared as integer data type. Then Next variable name is price. Okay, the price member, the price variable generally belongs to float data type. So that's why I'm declared as float. Then quantity. Okay, how many items are there? 4, 5 or 6 or whatever it may be. Okay, so then the QTY quantity variable I'm declared as integer. Okay, like that I'm taken the 3 members as structure members. Okay, now in this example I constructed the structure user defined data type of item. This item structure user defined data type variable contain 3 members internally. One is code number, second one is price, third one is QTY. Again the code number is belongs to integer and the price is belongs to float and QTY is belongs to integer. Like that I constructed the item structure data type. Then for example, if you want to construct information about the student, simply use the struct student, struct struct student. Okay, then in between struct student you have to mention the roll number RNO, then afterwards his name, then his marks percentage. Okay, so here RNO is the integer data type, then name is the string data type, then percentage is the float data type of the student structure. Okay, like that also you can create. That means there is no limit, only the 2 members, 3 members are available. You should take as a structure member. That is not a rule. You, according to the requirement of the program, you may take structure members as 2, 3, 4 or n. Maybe same data type, maybe different data types also. That means the structure members are n number of structure members. First rule. Second rule, the structure members may be similar data type, may be different data types. Okay, like that the structures are constructed the user with the help of user defined data type concept. Okay, so the structure variables are constructed in the program. Okay, now we will discuss about declaration of a variables on the structure data type. How to declare the variables on the structure data type. So till now we will discuss about how to create the structure. Till now we will discuss about the how to create structure data type. Okay, so if a data type is available in the program, with the help of that data type you can create the variables. So with the help of variables you can read the information into the variables, and after completion of the execution you will retrieve the information from the variables. This is the concept of programming. Okay, here for example, if you take int space a, then what will happen? So in the C language, a built-in data type int means integer is available. With the help of that integer data type, I declared the variable a. So the a variable have the characteristics of integer data type. So the a variable have the capacity store only integer constants. Okay, and it occupies 2 bytes in the memory, and it have range also. So that means a data type completely explain the behavior of a particular variable. Is it true? Yes, it is 100% true. So a data type is decides the complete behavior of a variable in the program. Okay, same just like that. Here a structure variable, so that means a structure data type is available. So the structure data type is called as book. Okay, the structure data type name is called as book. Okay, so the book structure data type contain 3 variables, that is name of the book. The name of the book contain 10, the size is 10. That means the string size is maximum 10 characters. Then the price of the book. Okay, so that is float data type. Then integer pages. The book contain how many pages? 500, 200, whatever it may be. Okay, so the pages, generally it is a integer data type. So if you observe the data type of struct book, then the data type struct book contain 3 structure members, that are name of the book, then price of the book, and then number of pages of the book. Okay, like that, according to my requirement. Okay, according to the program requirement. So the programmer want to read the information about a particular book. Okay, so or 1 or 2 books or 100 books or whatever it may be the reading according to his requirement. So generally he want to read the information about the name of the book and price of the book, number of pages contain of the book. Okay, like that. So now I constructed a struct book data type. Okay, then after completion of the declaration of a data type, then what will happen? So now it is ready to use the variables creation. Okay, so means the variables can be created on the built-in data types. The variables can be created on the derived data types. The variables can be created on the user-defined data types. So the physical representation means the memory allocation of a particular data type is called as the variable. That's why we declared as variable is the name of the memory location in the random access memory RAM. Okay, like that. So like a integer data type, like a array. So here struct book is also a user defined data type. So now the user defined data type declaration is completed. Now you may create the variables on this struct book data types. So that's why here I am creating struct book. Okay, data, mention the name of the data type. So the data type name is struct book and I declare the variable b1. Now a b1 variable is created in the memory. So same just like that, the b2 is also a variable of struct book. So now the b1 and b2, 2 variables are declared on the struct book. So now what will happen internally? Now the b1 is not a built-in data type. It is not a derived data type. So the b1 is a variable belongs to struct book data type. So again the struct book data type contains internally 3 variables. So first one is name. Okay, so then second one is price. Okay, then third one is number of pages. So now the b1, okay, so the b1 variable is belongs to the struct book data type. Okay, then the B1 contain again, so the name and the price and the pages. Okay, so you have to access the name variable as B1 dot name. Why? Because the B1 contain three variables internally. One is name, one is price, one is pages. So if you want to access the information from the name variable, then you have to mention, you have to access with the dot operator. The dot operator is used to access the structure members. So you have to access with the help of dot operator B1 dot name. B1 lo unna name. Then B1 dot price. Then B1 dot pages. That means the B1 variable contain name of variable. So the B1 variable, struct variable contain price also. The B1 variable contain internally number of pages also. So that's why you have to mention B1 dot name, B1 dot price, B1 dot pages. Okay, now I'm declaring like that the B1 and B2 variables are declared. Here directly in the declaration part only I am assigning the values. That is B1 is assigned to, in the curly braces, first one is basic, second one is 130 rupees, third one is 550. So that means, so the book name basic is stored in the B1 of name. Okay, B1 of name. Okay, here then the price 130 is stored in the B1 of price. Then the 550 rupees is stored, 550 pages is stored in the B1 dot pages variable. Like that, the data is stored in the variable of structure data type. Okay, like that the declaration of variables on structure data type is easily possible. Then comes to here, observe the pictorial manner. So how it is stored. So now in the program I declared B1 and B2 two struct book variables. Okay, the struct book data type variables contain internally again three variables, that is name variable, price variable and pages variable. Same B2 also. In the B2 also name variable is there, price variable is there, pages variable is there. How to read, how to access these variables means with the help of dot operator. Now you have to operate B1 dot name here, B1 dot name. Then afterwards here B2 dot name. Okay, so this is called as B2 dot name. So this is called as B1 dot name. That is the difference between these two. Okay, so why? Because the name variable have stored internally of B1 variable. So in this, the name variable store internally B2 variable. That's why with the help of dot operator you can access these variables like this: B1 dot name, B1 dot price, B1 dot pages. Same similarly B2 dot name, B2 dot price and B2 dot pages. Okay, like that the structure variables can be accessed directly with the help of dot operator. Okay, so now this is very important thing. Okay, how much memory is allocated to a particular struct variable. So in the example, okay, so here a struct variable b1 contain three members, that is name of size 10, means it is a string. String means a character array. So a character array contain, each character contain 1 byte. So the size is 10. Now the name variable contain 10 bytes. Then next, the price is belongs to float data type. Generally the float data type contain 4 bytes. Next, pages, it is declared as integer data type. So now it is contain 2 bytes in the memory. So totally 16 bytes is occupied for B1. Same similarly, the B2 is also occupied 16 bytes in the memory. Okay, so that is shown in the pictorial manner here. Observe carefully here. Actually, the structure elements are stored in memory as shown in the following picture. Okay, observe the picture carefully. Here, b1 dot name, b1 dot price, then b1 dot pages. Now, the b1 dot name contain 10 bytes. Okay, so after 10 bytes continuously, so it stores 4 bytes for b1 dot price. Then afterwards, so it stores 2 bytes for b1 dot pages. So totally for b1 dot name 10 bytes, b1 dot price 4 bytes, then b1 dot pages 2 bytes. Totally it stores 16 bytes of memory for b1 variable internally. This is the very important concept of the structure variables memory allocation. That means the the structure variable memory is equal to the sum of individual variables memory. Okay, that means a structure variable memory is nothing but the combination of memories of its members. Okay, so that's why here the 16 bytes, that means a string contain 10 bytes and a price contain 4 bytes, and a integer pages variable contain 2 bytes. 10 plus 4 plus 2 totally 16. So that's why the b1 variable contain the 16 bytes in the memory, in the random access memory RAM. Like that, the struct variables, that means the structure variable members are allocated continuously. Okay, so continuously in the random access memory RAM. Okay, like that, the memory allocation is happened in the structure variables, for the structure variables. Okay, like that, the memory allocations will be happened. Now we will discuss some more examples on the structure concept. Okay, now we will discuss this program contain, okay, item. Item means the structure name is item. I declared as struct item. The struct item contain 3 members, that is code number and price and QTY. Okay, so again the code number is belongs to integer data type, price is belongs to float data type. Okay, QTY quantity is belongs to integer data types. So that means 2 integers and 1 float. So 2 integers, 1 float means 2 plus 4 plus 2 totally. So 8 bytes of memory is allocated to the item struct data type variable. Okay, here I am declaring the structure above the main program. So after declaration of that program, so simply I will write the main program. So the main program starts here. Now I declared a variable A. Okay, variable A, so as the structure variable of a struct item. Now the A variable contain 3 members, that is code number and price and QTY, 3 variables. Now the code number is 211. Okay, now the price is 12.50. Okay, the rupees 12.50 NP. So then the 10 is stored as a quantity. Now these are items are accessed with okay, so A1 dot code number, so A1 dot price, then A1 dot quantity. So that's why here I am printing with the help of dot operator. Then the dot operator will retrieve the information of a particular variable of struct data type variable. So A1 dot code number, okay, I print out. So that means the value is 211 on the output screen. So it will print the 211 value. Now A1 dot price, here observe carefully, A1 dot, that means the A1 struct variable contain member price. The price member information will retrieve and print on the output screen. That meaning is the dot operator will do this work. Okay, now the price is retrieved and print on output screen. So that is 12 rupees 50 NP. Then same just like that, A dot QTY, that means the QTY variable value which is available in the A of struct data type item. Okay, now the A dot QTY also retrieved and print out on your output screen continuously. Okay, like that the structure variables can be accessed. Okay, now today we will discuss one more example, that is employee example. So the employee struct created with the help of struct employee, then it contain a string value that is 25 bytes and age as integer variable 2 bytes and float variable basic salary BS 4-way. So the totally the 25 bytes plus age 2 bytes and basic pay 4 bytes, then 4 plus 2 6 plus 5 11. So then 31 bytes of memory is allocated to a particular employee struct variable. Okay, like that internally the memory is allocated. Now come to here. So the E, that means a struct variable E is created. Then the struct variable E contain 3 members, that is name, and second one is age, then third one is BS. Okay, so this is BS and this is age and this is name. Okay, now here execution of the program, then strcpy function will copies the hacker name into E dot name. That means the name variable is belongs to E. Okay, so that's why with the help of dot operator we will access the structure members. So that's purpose I write the E dot name. So now, okay students, now I am concluding the class. Before conclusion I will repeat the definition of the structure. Structure is a data type that combines logically related data items of different data type. So in the C language, each structure contain members. The members may be same data type members or different data type members. This is the definition of the structure. With the help of structure concept, we can wrappering, that means combining logical related data of a particular item or particular thing or particular place or particular person. Okay, so like that we will construct the structures in the C language. Okay, thank you one and all.